Man, I miss the days. I miss the days when our sisters, black women, the only time you would see them wear a bonnet on their head is when they was going to sleep, about to jump in the pool. Not literally jump, but you get what I'm saying. They was about to throw hands with another black sister. That was pretty much it. You didn't really see black women wear bonnets on their heads in public when it came to like going to the bodega or the grocery store or the corner store. You didn't really see that a lot. See, back then, if you were lucky enough to pull a black woman from the hood, a lot of them wasn't ghetto and ratchet and hood, even though they lived in these communities that's ghetto and hood, or the projects. A lot of them had class about themselves. And if you was able to pull one, and let's say y'all had a hookup thing or dating or in a relationship, when it was time for y'all to really take it down after y'all do whatever it is y'all do, right? You notice most times you probably was just cuddling. You didn't even do nothing, right? Because women made you work for it back then. It wasn't as easy as it is today. But when you about to take it down with her, you noticed she wrapping her hair up and then she's throwing on a bonnet. Tell me, fellas, have you not experienced that? If you a brother like me who's been out there in the world like that, it wasn't like it is today. Now, you see it on reality TV shows. You see it when you at the mall. And the sad part is, now even dudes are wearing bonnets now, especially when it comes to Generation Z. Oh, it's crazy. Like, yo, this dude who look like they in their 20s with bonnets on their head, running in the streets, and I just be like shaking my head with Crocs on. Nothing wrong with Crocs, it's just not for me. I always thought it really started with the nurses wearing Crocs. And once again, people flipped it, and now society's wearing Crocs. Do you remember that time when we saw black women wear Crocs? Most of the times they were CNAs. Matter of fact, the nurses wasn't even doing it back then. It was mostly just the CNAs. Now, you got CNAs, you got nurses, and even male nurses are wearing Crocs now. Even some regular dudes in the hood wearing Crocs now. It's crazy how within 10 years the changes you see happening, or even 20 years. But like I said, back in the days, when you saw a black woman with a bonnet on her head, it was mostly indoors. And if it wasn't, she was on her way to fight because she didn't want to mess her hair up. And of course, they throw on the Vaseline. And it was when she was about to slide into a pool because they'd be like,
just got my hair done and I'm not trying to get it wet.
Who remember that? It wasn't when they was at the mall, at the store, or inside the courtroom. It wasn't none of this stuff until you kept seeing it on television and on the internet. I just missed the time in the era when our black women, we really saw them value themselves. They had self-respect back then. And I get it, times are going to change. Things are going to change. People are going to change. And in most cases, you have to change within the times. But at what cost? What price? Because self-respect goes a long way. You have the freedom to do whatever it is you want with your body, your likeness, your hair, your image. And I don't think black people understand the importance of image. And it's not like you're trying to look a certain way for a certain demographic of people. But if you want to be valued with respect, why not show that on the outside? A lot of our people really hate themselves. And I get it systematically and decades of dealing with these curses, I understand why you feel that way. I just hope you can find yourself, find your journey, find your purpose, and get to the Creator, and hopefully you will love yourself again. Oh, and our sisters will even pick up their children from school with bonnets on their heads. In some cases, some women are being banned from schools from coming up inside the elementary school or the high school with bonnets on their head. And these women are angry about that. It's just a certain level of class that you should have for yourself. And I know somebody gonna be in the comments,
Well, you a man. Who are you to tell us that? Whether or not we can have a bonnet on our head when we in society. Oh, see, you on that Kevin Samuel lane, huh? You trying to do what he was doing.
no, brothers in this truth and in the manosphere have been talking about this. But hey, feel free to do what you want. You want to live ghetto and ratchet? Go right ahead. I love my people either way, which is why I was inspired to do this video, because I see how far we have come. And it's not really good, man. It's like, just missed the days when our sisters was wholesome and classy. Now they're just ghetto and ratchet. That's all we got out here. And this is why a lot of men, a lot of black men especially, are mentally checked out and they're going overseas. Our women of today are just too masculine. And men don't want that. You loud and you ratchet and you masculine. They want soft, feminine, and submissive from their women. They want peace, especially when you 30, in your 30s and up, your 40s and up. You want peace as a black man. You don't want all this chaotic, boisterous, belligerent, rebellious noise coming from your woman. You deal with the noise in the world. When you step foot out the house, you deal with that noise. You shouldn't have to deal with it within your home. And of course, somebody would text me in the middle of me doing this broadcast. Let's continue. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I get it. Most of our sisters will say,
Well, I ain't got time to be, working on my hair right now. I just want to rip and run, go to the store, get what I gotta get, and come back home.
oh boy. It's just sad, man. It really is. I'm not saying that we need to boycott wearing, bonnets. No, keep your bonnets, but why does it have to be in society? Why can't you just keep that behind closed doors? You know what I'm saying? Really, if you go to the days of the biblical times, one of the main things that our women couldn't do, because it was for their own protection, their husbands would not allow them. Oh, I know I'm gonna ruffle some feathers saying that. Excuse me, what and allow? And these are righteous men that I'm talking about, and righteous women. But back in the biblical times, and yes, we're talking about the scriptures, women had their hairs wrapped up. They couldn't even show their feet, fam. They wasn't wearing all this hot in the pants, ratchet clothing that y'all be rocking. They was wrapped up completely and dressed modestly. And they wasn't loud. I get it. Y'all got y'all self-esteem up high. Hey, y'all felt like it was oppression because you didn't have a voice. It's not that you don't have a voice, but a woman has to follow the lead of her man. And plus, you are a representation of your man. When you got the bonnets on your head and you don't really got that much clothes on and you in society, you know what that says? to the Pookies and Ray Rays out there, easy access. And you might not be an easy access kind of woman, but that's the vibes you're giving off. And I really did not mean for this video to be this long. You know, Mama Bear, she was rocking a bonnet on her hair in public. Matter of fact, she was the first one to do that.
Does she have a point, Donnie?